Hello and welcome to START's Educational Shorts, where we will discuss important topics regarding diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. At START, we believe that only through open-minded dialogue and education can we initiate a real change. My name is Stella, and I will be talking about implicit bias. Implicit bias is when you have attitudes, prejudices, and judgments that you unconsciously hold about people or groups. Implicit bias is often based on assumptions and stereotypes, and often goes hand in hand with microaggressions. For example, assuming Asian Americans and Latino Americans are foreign-born and not American, leading someone to ask, "Where are you from?" or making the comment, "You speak good English." Assuming people of color are generally not as intelligent as whites, leading to statements like, "You are a credit to your race," or "You are so articulate."
My parents, who are from the older generation, who are immigrants, from a young age, they would say certain things that would instill in my mind that certain races might be a certain way that's not exactly the best.
Growing up, being a woman, I think there are always things like in society, in general, people want to say that women lead more with emotion and that emotions are higher in circumstances.
I've always noticed that some of my African friends or family they had negative views of African American people. And I didn't realize, but since I was all surrounded with and all that I'd learned, I sort of started carrying those biases along with me. Ever since I grew up, got older, had my own experience with African American people and learned about the history, met many people, and took some time to learn and understand. I now see that those feelings and the resentment is unnecessary and completely hurtful towards African Americans. I really want to try to work against that, especially in the African community, because I feel like there's so much holding the two communities back from truly unifying and helping each other just because of those tensions and the hate.
I've been targeted with implicit bias before. In the moment, I was like, I didn't realize it. I was just with my friends, and I was like, oh, they're just being funny like they always are, making those jokes you do with your friends. And then my one friend was like, "You're more white than me." And I'm half Korean, half white. And then the entire group just said that for the rest of the night. It's really hurtful and really degrades you.
When you experience something that personally affects you, even if it's like a microaggression where it's small, or if it's implicit bias where it's very deep cutting sometimes, take a second to think about what you should do instead of just responding right away.
Having that courage to say hey, that's really an uncool thing to say, and that you can really hurt someone's feelings, and telling them in a calm, kind manner that they should rethink what they're saying.
When dealing with implicit bias, if it's not kind of addressed and not associated and brought to light, then it can lead to those microaggressions which can become more serious and be more hurtful.
If you ever want to unlearn those kinds of things, there are plenty of resources online, but it often just takes effort. As long as you continue the effort, you will see the fruits of your labor.
You can go through trainings to work on implicit bias. However, even in everyday life, implicit bias will arise just based on the way that you were raised, the communities you grew up in, the education that you had.
As an ally, working through those implicit biases is essential. For me, something that I still kind of do and forever will do is second guess a thought that I have based on somebody's appearance. Rethinking that thought. Why did I think that? What made me think that? And then actually, wait, that's probably not true. One thought at a time, those questions can really help dismantle those implicit biases.
And the more that we put ourselves in safe but uncomfortable positions, we can continue to learn and grow and understand and really kind of drive those implicit biases that we all might have out of the water and rise together.
When we stand together against racism, we stay together. Thanks for listening.